history has assigned you your positions and responsibilities, close quote. It is for this reason that government cannot make decisions that affect you and your people without your involvement. As voices of your communities and guardians of tradition, we as government have to integrate you into the process of decision-making, ensuring that your views are respected, especially in the areas of land, tea, and community development. We are confident that your presence in today's dialogue will further amplify the voices of traditional communities, and that together we can find solutions to the problems that our communities are facing. That is why we have always engaged the institution of traditional leadership on critical policy matters and legislative reforms. To this end, the Department of Khokta will soon be engaging traditional and Khoi-San leaders on the Traditional and Khoi-San Leadership Bill before it is approved by Cabinet and introduced in Parliament. The Traditional and Khoi-San Leadership Bill is a critical piece of legislation. It seeks to formally recognize the Khoi and San communities and their leadership structures, while also addressing the deficiencies of the Traditional Leadership and Government Framework Act, Act number 41 of 2003. Once enacted, the bill will provide a legal framework to recognize and regulate traditional and Khoi-San leadership institutions and with government. This demonstrates both our commitment and responsibility as government to promote inclusive governance. Our government acknowledges that traditional and Khoi-San leaders have needs that require attention to effectively serve their communities. The Interministerial Task Team on Traditional Leadership was established by President Cyril Ramaphosa to address precisely the issues that you have raised this morning. The Interministerial Task Team was therefore established with the explicit intention of demonstrating our steadfast support for the work of traditional and Khoi-San leadership in their communities. The President insisted that the government must engage frequently and in close communication with you, Your Majesty's traditional and Khoi-San leaders. The Interministerial Task Team's objective is to resolve obstacles that impede progress on issues raised by traditional and Khoi-San leaders, to consolidate existing efforts. Our work as the Interministerial Task Team is structured into five Nkosi Mavuso this morning to facilitate greater coordination, but also alignment. Today, you will receive reports, very comprehensive reports regarding the advancement and also obstacles encountered in each of these five work streams, which are overseen by ministers. Without getting into detail, let me mention some of the work that has been achieved towards resolving concerns that have been raised by traditional leaders. This includes advancing land ownership, tenure rights, and also fast-tracking socio-economic development in rural communities. On the issue of transferring ownership and communal land to traditional councils, we need to have sufficient consultation with the National House of Traditional and Khoi-San leaders and other stakeholders to discuss the mechanisms through which communal land can be transferred in line with Section 25 of our Constitution. To date, the Department of COCTA has completed a desktop analysis and mapping of all departmental land, trust land, and other land, particularly in the former TBVC and self-governing territories. The department will conduct a thorough land audit to determine its ownership in this regard. The Communal Property Association Act has been amended, and the trust bill is in progress, but it still does not address conflict between traditional councils, trusts, and communal property association CPAs. The department therefore plans to audit CPAs within traditional authorities' jurisdiction by 2026 and develop a dispute and mediation mechanism program. On the issue of remuneration, allowances and benefits of traditional and Khoi-San leaders, the Independent Remuneration Commission met with traditional leadership to table the report on their findings. The Commission has since drafted proposals on the salaries, allowances, benefits, and tools of trade of traditional and Khoi-San leaders. I know that DM Namashe has indicated to me that there are some issues that we need to bring to the attention of the President before this is finalized, that traditional leaders have raised. But it is important that the government provide traditional and Khoi-San leaders with tools of trade to support their roles in governance and community leadership. The recommendation of the Commission will be considered by the President for finalization, and we are working towards this happening by the end of September this year. We know that the National House of Traditional Khoi-San leaders has also requested that they be provided with a chamber in Parliament to conduct their business. And Nkosi Mavuso also, in his address this morning, indicated that this should also happen in provinces and in some of our municipal areas where facilities are made available to traditional leaders to do their work. In this regard, the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure is currently engaging the Speaker of the National Assembly to explore the possibility of this happening soon. As leader of government business, I will receive a report on progress on this matter when Parliament resumes its work next month. Parliament is currently on recess, and as soon as it is back, we will follow up this matter. Bondabezita, the other major issue that is of concern is the killing of traditional and Khoi-San leaders. In this regard, the provincial task team, or task teams rather, were established to work on this aspect, particularly in provinces like KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, Eastern Cape, and Mpumalanga. The South African Police Service and the Department of Traditional Affairs are exploring alternative options in terms of the protection of traditional leaders. In this regard, SAPS is implementing the traditional policing concept in these provinces that I've mentioned. SAPS also provides services on wheels through the use of mobile client service centers to reach out to rural communities that are far from police stations. SAPS has requested that they be assisted with resources in this regard, which matter I will discuss with the Minister of Finance, Minister Godongwana. It's a matter that Deputy Minister Mashatile also raised this morning, that they are ready to ensure that the SAPS implement this agreement, but they need to be assisted with resources. As we work towards addressing your needs, I urge you, Amakhosi, to never forget your mandate as leaders in your communities. Your commitment to promoting national unity, peace, stability, and community cohesion must be unwavering. In addition, you must build, protect, and promote community culture and customs. As the backbone of our communities, traditional and Khoi-San leaders play an important role in establishing a capable and developmental state. Your knowledge, your expertise, and deep relationship with communities make you invaluable collaborators in furthering our country's development and objectives. Your direction and leadership is critical to ensuring that government policies and programs are effectively implemented and reach those who require them the most. We also want traditional leaders to participate in integrated planning, program delivery, and service delivery initiatives meant to benefit traditional communities. Across all spheres of government, we must promote collaborative partnerships between government and traditional leaders. Furthermore, traditional leaders play an important role in addressing social issues in our communities. Your influence and authority can help address issues such as sexual offenses, gender-based violence, substance abuse, and crime in our communities. As we commemorate Women's Month now in August, let's remember those who fought tirelessly against apartheid laws, including past laws, during our struggle for liberation. We must also stand as traditional and Khoi-San leaders against current challenges, including abuse of women and children. We must never tolerate anyone using the name of culture as a justification for mistreating women. To eliminate negative elements of traditional culture and promote gender equality in our communities, we must all support positive features of our traditional culture. We must all work together to continue fostering the growth of a prosperous and united society that is democratic, free from gender-based violence, sexism, and discrimination on the basis of gender and race. Amakhosi, we are all aware of the high unemployment rate in our nation, which has a direct impact on our local communities. We will look to you to contribute to the solution by recognizing the skills gaps in your communities and supporting training initiatives that will give community members the know-how for available employment and also entrepreneurial opportunities. We thank you to working together towards a prosperous and inclusive future South Africa for all. We must be active participants in our efforts to strengthen social compact and collaboration between the government, civil society, and interfaith formations to combat poverty, inequality, unemployment, social ills, the killing of traditional leaders, and underdevelopment, amongst others. Our government has the utmost confidence in your ability to guide our nation in the correct direction. And we are eager to work with you to address the time-sensitive issues that are currently plaguing our society. Regarding your concerns, we understand that not all of these issues you have raised have been resolved. The most critical aspect is to reach a consensus with you regarding critical priorities that must be resolved in the immediate term, while simultaneously focusing on other more complex issues that require long-term resolution. Your Majesties, traditional and Khoi-San leaders, we are gathered here on the eve of the convening of the first National Convention scheduled for the 15th to the 17th of August 2025. This convention serves as a precursor to the inaugural National Dialogue planned for June 2026. This historic gathering brings together representatives of all sectors of South African society, including government, political parties, civil society, traditional leaders, youth, religious groups, business, labor, academia, and government departments in all spheres to reflect on the state of our nation and begin reimagining the future of our democracy. This first National Convention serves as a launchpad for an inclusive and people-led dialogue aimed at carving a shared vision for our country. It is expected to come up with a clear roadmap to facilitate participation and ensure that citizens have the opportunity to contribute meaningfully to the dialogue process over the next 12 months. As government, we encourage active participation of the institution of traditional leadership in both this coming first National Convention and the entire process of the National Dialogue. We want our traditional and Khoi-San leaders to be part of the new social compact that will drive progress towards Vision 2030 and lay the foundation for South Africa's next National Development Plan. Your participation, therefore, will be important for ensuring that the dialogue is inclusive and representative and produce a plan that reflects the interests and aspirations of all South Africans, including those in areas where you govern. In conclusion, Program Director, as we engage in this dialogue today, let us leverage the power of our collaboration to address the challenges, acknowledge the successes, and create a brighter future for generations to come. I therefore wish you a successful dialogue this morning and until we conclude today. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much, Chairperson.